Hello, all my internet stalker children. How you doing today? I've been thinking a lot about the government. Well, because it's so screwed up. And I was thinking, what could I do to fix the government? And, well, the actuality is not a damn thing, because nobody's going to take me serious. But I could still yammer on about it all I want for at least 10 minutes. It probably won't last that long, but it will probably last 5 minutes too long. So let's dive right in. Let's take a bite out of Big Obama's ass, shall we? Now, I don't like Obama. It has nothing to do with him being black, has nothing to do with him being a Democrat or all this other stuff. It's because he promised us change. He comes walking in there, oh, change, 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 hope and change. Here's some news for you. Anybody was different than Bush. Anybody. Me, you, that guy, the guy over in the other room listening to the TV, whatever. Anybody was different than Bush. Ergo, anybody was a change. Come on. What we've got now is the same thing we've always had. Pretty much a rich, old, white Christian man running the country. Supposedly running the country. Surrounding himself with other rich, old, white Christian men. Dude, what the hell? If you're not going to really give us an actual change, not change from the last 8 years, but change from the last 250, or what we've become in the last 250, then, if you're not going to do that, don't tell us you're going to. I mean, come on. I know that we all expect politicians to lie. Oh, yeah, politicians, yeah, they lie, blah, 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 blah. Just because that's the way it's been since, all of us remember, doesn't mean that that's the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't make it any more right. As a matter of fact, it's pretty screwed up. Now, we would think, gosh, why doesn't the government protect us from this kind of thing, from this kind of corruption? What about the system of checks and balances? Yes, the system of checks and balances worked very well for about the first 50 years or so, until the system of checks and balances decided to check and balance its own self for its own power, completely disregarding the people who put it there. Those of us who shed our blood, sweat, tears, real Americans, the voters or constituents. That's one of my things that I'd say we need to change about the government is, why don't you change the government language, that polis speak, or whatever the hell it's called? Really? I mean, come on. Constituents and voters means the same thing. Why are you saying constituents? Or say, like, gerrymandering. Anybody out there know what gerrymandering is? There's a few smart asses who are going to put a comment down there, and I implore you, please do so. Educate each other. Come on. Gerrymandering, by the way, is, that's where, in order to get maximum amount of votes for that party, they will go and they'll, move county lines and district lines and make it like some big amorphous metastasizing blob, which makes no sense at all. That's to get more voters. Back in the city I grew up in, Michigan City, there was used to be one high school, Elston High School. Well, Rogers pops up around 1971 or some crap. I don't know. I was born in 75, so okay. Anyhow, and they wanted the best football and basketball players. Sure, why not? I mean, that's of the utmost frickin' importance in life, right? So what they did was they kind of altered the school districts. There's little patches and islands inside Elston District, which, they bus students from, to Rogers. Now, why? The long-term effects in this, does that mean that nowadays Rogers still has better high school or better athletes in Elston? No. Sadly, time has the tendency to change things and circumstances. So for all the lobbying, and as important as it really was to all these old Rogers High School people to get these important athletes, Rogers, in the last 4 or 5 years, I don't think they really won jack shit before they closed down. Well, they didn't close down. Now one of them is the city high school and one's the junior high, or I don't know. I don't live there anymore. The fact of the matter is that we need permanent solutions, or at least more long-term solutions. I think I digressed there. But I guess you guys will just have to deal with it or find something else to watch. Hey, I would say I don't care, but let's face it. My life is you guys watching me on YouTube, which makes me pretty frickin' sad. All that aside, though. So, we're only 5 minutes into this thing, and we haven't even begun to scratch the surface, honestly, of how the hell to fix a government. Okay, how about let's take all the government, all the politicians, those like 9 congressmen from this place, 2 senators from this one, and a bajillion freaking representatives. Let's take that number of politicians and cut them in half. I mean, just in freaking half, man. Sorry if I'm moving around a bit. My cat wants to come say hi. That's Jazz. Jazz is a Green Party vote, by the way. Let's go ahead and talk about parties here for a second. Everybody always talks about red or blue, Democrat or Republican. I'll tell you, most Americans that I've seen and that I know of, and I bet if you thought about it, you'd see the same thing. Most Americans are not Democrat or Republican. We're like Demopublicans or Reprocrats or a mixture of the third parties. In fact, most Americans are some variation of purple with a whole bunch of other little rainbow colors fitting in there. So, let's think about this. Why are we all being represented by 2 parties that are more or less in the extreme? What? And as we're on the subject of rainbow, let's talk about gay sex, or not gay sex. I don't want to talk about gay sex with you people. This is YouTube. Come on. Children are watching. I do want to talk about gay marriage, though. Now, I personally think that gay marriage is okay. I don't care what they do in their bedroom. If they want to include me in it, they'll ask me. I'll say I'm flattered, but no thank you. It's all good. It's all well. Gay marriage does not affect me as a human being. Does not affect my safety, my health, my income, anything. It doesn't affect yours either. If you think it's icky, don't think about it. But that's not the point. The point is that that's a fluff issue. See, they start popping out stuff like, oh yeah, we're going to ban gay marriage because it's not right under God's eyes or whatever. Tax things or whatever. The fact of the matter is that doesn't matter. What matters is that we get all pissed off and incensed about it. We all have these huge opinions, want to start big old Facebook groups, and you've got to sit down. I'm sorry. Bye. Anyhow, see, it doesn't matter. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless of whether we vote for it or not. Regardless of whether we do or do not like gays or gay marriage or anything like that. Fact is that as long as we're worrying about, damn it, cat, as long as we're worrying about who's, getting married or not, we're not worrying about where's all this contractor money going for an Iraq war. How is it that we had a really large surplus, at the, cat, now you're moving the computer. You've got to go. She wants to be a star. What was I, my computer's going to tell me. We had a surplus, a big surplus. Cat, are you serious? I am recording. You're going to turn this into a 2-parter now. Okay, anybody who thinks I go on too long, you see, it's not my fault. It is not my fault. You see, the cat makes it 2-parter. Damn, Green Partiers. Whoa. Anyways. So, yeah, the fluff issues. Who slept with who, or, this senator. Yeah, she jumped back up there again. These fluff issues. This senator was sleeping with these little boys and stuff. Who cares? Okay, yeah, senators shouldn't be sleeping with little boys. We've got that established. I firmly support senators not sleeping with little boys. Honest engine. That's not politically correct. I don't care. But yeah, worry about who's getting our tax money. Let's talk about taxes, for example. Why are rich people... You know what? Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Stick with me, people. I only got 10 minutes. I'm going to have to flow this on over into a part 2. Sorry. Blame the cat. We'll see in a minute.